Stop lying to make me angry. I don't know why you guys find joy in making me angry and watching me go off. It's funny. Is it funny when I go on my rants?
Yeah. About camera.
It's recording. Alright, so linear inequalities are inequalities with x and y, and it has an inequality sign. Please come on, we got stuff to do. Oh, also, if everybody got a check today, give yourself a point on your number line. Did any table get a point?
Got 8 points.
Y'all got a point? Y'all got your check? Y'all didn't get a point? Gryffindor, you got a point. How about y'all back there? Did y'all get a point? Give yourself another point.
They got a point because they got a point.
Nope.
That's not fair, Miss Adams.
Life isn't fair.
I mean, it is something.
Let's not, it's recording, let's not go into that. Alright, so today's learning target, or today's goal, says I can graph. Yes. A linear inequality and shade in the correct area. So is this level 1, level 2, or level 3?
Level 2.
I think it's a 2 or a 3. I think once we get to the shading, it's going to be a level 3 because you have to think about where you're going to do that. But level 2 is a skill, and graphing is a skill. Hopefully I learn how to spell. Your grades are updated, so.
Oh, wait, did you already grade this?
No. Haven't we talked about this? You weren't what? Listening? Alright, are we ready?
No.
Sweet potatoes, children. Sweet potatoes.
What about it? Sorry.
Y'all need to eat them so they help you write faster.
I was just doing that.
I like
Okay, alright. So, when you are graphing linear inequalities, you have 4 steps. The first step is to solve for y. So we're trying to put it in slope-intercept form. So it's going to look like y equals mx plus b, but without the equals. It's going to have a greater than or less than. Step 2. After we solve it, obviously we're graphing, so step 2 is going to be graph using slope and y-intercept. Step 3 says solid or dashed line. So remember when we did inequalities and we had an open and closed circle? So this is still the same thing. You're going to use either a solid or dashed line. When do you think you would use a solid line? No? No? You're just guessing now. When did we use the closed circle?
If they had the
When it had the equal to, when it had the line under it, right? So when do you think we'll do a solid line? If it's equal to. When do you think we'd use a dash line? When it's not equal to. Look at us go. All right, number 4, step 4, the last step you always have to do is shade. And the dots are for watch. That says what, Blair? What the ham sandwich? Watch out for what? What do we have to watch out for when we're doing inequalities?
Danger.
No. It's something, not stranger danger. That's life, not inequalities. Something happens when we work with inequalities.
I mean, they actually argue that life is inequalities.
Negative sign. Give yourself a point.
negatives.
Watch out for negatives. So y'all have 3 points now, right? Good job.
I see that you have the same.
So get it together and stop talking about whatever it is you're talking about over there. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we have our 4 steps. First we're going to talk about when we use a solid line, a dash line, when we shade above, when we shade below, and then we're going to graph this bad boy right here. So solid line is when it has a line under it. So it's when it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or if it has an equal to.
For number 2, is that an ampersand? Like, for
Yes.
line?
What are you doing over there that you're only on number 2? Get it together, Tater Tot. Get it together.
It took me a while to grab.
Alright, so if you have a solid line when it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, when are you going to have a dash line? When it's not equal to, when it's just greater than or less than. Give yourself a point, Gryffindor. Y'all need to be faster over there. Whoa. I'm a Slytherin, so you hate me?
I hated you since day one.
That's not a true statement.
I walked into class, I was like, bro, I'm so mad at you because you told me to hang myself.
I didn't. I don't remember doing that. Oh, yeah, thanks. All right, so shade above. Shade above is when it's greater than or equal to. And you shade below when it's less than or equal to.
I was like on the first week of school.
I don't remember that. I don't feel like I would say something like that. Why did everyone just laugh at that? That's not fair. Truth. Okay. Do you think you're ready for the first one? Sure? Maybe? Is anybody alive?
Yes.
Okay. So, for this one right here, step 1, we have to solve for y. Is this one solved for y? So, how would we solve this for y? We all said different things. What did you say? Give yourself a point. Subtract 2x from both sides. And that gives us negative 3y is less than negative 2x plus 12. This is still literal equations. Remember when you guys hated that? When you hated solving for a variable? We're still doing that. It was. Who can tell me what we do now?
Divide by 3.
Divide by.
Negative 3.
Give yourself a point. Divide by negative 3. Now, what does our star right here say? What happens when we divide by a negative? Flip the sign. Give yourself a point. So y is greater than. Now, when you divide this guy right here by this negative 3, you have to divide both things by negative 3. So you have to divide negative 2x by negative 3. And what's negative 2 divided by negative 3?
Positive.
Positive what?
Positive.
Positive what? No. 3 does not go into 2, so what do we do?
Oh, it's something over 1.
It's what?
2/3.
2/3 x. Give yourself a point back there.
That's how good you turn that in.
Yeah, of course. Is that better? Okay. Does everybody see where we got that 2/3 x from? Does anybody not see? Is anybody alive out there? I feel like those people searching for the Titanic survivors. And then you do 12 divided by negative 3. What's 12 divided by negative 3? So minus 4. That's what I feel like. Y'all aren't talking to me. No one can feel their eyeballs. They're just in there. Oh, my sweet, sweet potatoes. Okay, so we solved for y. We got this. Now we need to graph it. So step 1, solve for y. Step 2, graph using slope and y-intercept. And for the most part, I'm going to give you most problems where y is already by itself. I'm only going to give you a couple that you have to solve because we still need to practice. But I'm more worried about the graphing. So what is our y-intercept of this guy? Negative 4. So you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, put a dot. What is our slope? Give yourself a point. Up 2, right, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Up 2, right, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Up 2, right, 1, 2, 3. You have to go all the way across on inequalities. When you graph these, you have to go all the way across the graph. So I would suggest coming back here and going down to left 1, 2, 3. Down to left 1, 2, 3. Now, do not connect yet. So step 1, we solve for y. Step 2, we graph using the slope and y-intercept. What does step 3 say? Solid or dashed line. Now, we have to look right here to figure out if we use a solid or dashed line. So based on this inequality sign, are we going to do solid or dashed? Dashed. So do a dashed line. Now everybody get a colored pencil or a marker. Step 4 is to shade. So we've solved, we've graphed, we solid or dashed line. Now we're going to shade. Now, greater than, do we shade above or below the line?
Above.
Above. So you go to the line and you literally shade everywhere above. And then you're done. Yay! Go team! Do you? It's easy peasy. Yeah, that's all you do. It's graphing a line and then coloring. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're actually not going to have like a full test on this. We're going to do a stained glass project where I'm going to give you a bunch of lines and you're going to graph them and then you're going to shade above or below based on the inequality. Why did you shade below? Don't shade below. Don't shade below. Put a big X over it that says I did not mean to do this. Now, you only shade above. The reason is these points up here satisfy our inequality. These points down here are not solutions. So remember when we graphed inequalities, we shaded where it was solutions. This is the same thing. You only shade where there are solutions. So if it says greater than, you have to shade all y values up here. If it said less than, where would you shade?
Below.
Below. All right. Is everybody ready for our first problem? Do y'all want to try one without me or you want to do one more together? One more together? Okay. All right, flip it over. This is 32B, as in potato. Alright, example 1. The directions say graph each linear inequality. Alright, has everybody written it down? Don't go any further than writing it down. We're going to walk through it together just to make sure we're all safe and on the same page. Not out there in left field. Emmy, I like how excited you got about the coloring, though. Are we ready? Okay, so our first step is to solve for y. What do we need to do to solve this guy for y? Subtract 2x. Now, can we combine that 2x and the 15? Why? What? They're not like terms. Give yourself a point, whoever said that.
Let's go.
Okay. Alright, so we have negative 2x plus 15. I wrote the x first because I want it in slope-intercept form. Now what do I do? Divide by 5. If you said divide by 5, give yourself a point. You did not.
I said divide.
You did not.
You such a lie.
Now, do I do I flip my sign? Why? Because it's a positive. Fantastic. So you leave it like this. Now, do we have to divide both of these by 5 or just one of them? Both of them. So what is negative 2 divided by 5? Negative what?
It's 2.
Negative 2 or 5.
Negative 2/5. Give yourself a point. It's not over. We're not cows, guys. And then we need to divide 15 by 5. What's 15 divided by 5?
30.
It's not 30. We're dividing.
It said 30.
We're dividing.
75. Dividing up.
Emily.
What is happening? Okay. Yay. Yes, frightening. I did. I'm so excited and in love with this math. Alright, let's graph this.
Archie would have a point with that.
Emily's table's about to get a point taken away if she didn't get it together on her multiplying and dividing over there. You can lose points, tater tots. You're not dumb. Positivity. Alright, who can tell me how to graph this? Where do I start?
Yeah, you go up 3.
Alright, if you say go up 3, give your table a point. Now, what do I do?
You go down to left.
Right.
5.
Right 5. So down 2, right 1, 2. Oh, potatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2, right 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough room, so I'm going to go up 2, left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Solid line.
Why is it a solid line?
Because it has a little dash mark under the little
Sure. That's exactly why. So it is a solid line. Give your team a point. Do we shade above or below?
See, it has 4 points.
I still don't know what you're saying. Below? Yeah. Why is it below? Because it's less than. So if you said below, give your team a point. Now, below, this line, is it down here or up here?
Down.
Down, because it's below. So only shade below the line. Only shade below the line. And shade everywhere below the line. Oh, potatoes, I went above. I got some white out.
What happens if my team gets 5 points?
Then you've reached all your points for today.
Yeah, what happens when you do,
I like it.
that sort of like little mistake, getting a little bit of color above the line?
Put an X over it. Or use white out. Alright, do y'all want to try one without me now? Yes. We have to try them on your own because guess who's not going to be there with you for your homework tonight? Me. I will be. You cannot call me. You can text me on your mind, but you cannot call me. You're going to what me?
Ooh. You don't know what Ulu is?
No.
Yeah, that's how you stay. No Skype is what's up there.
Yes.
It's like Skype, but it's orange.
Okay. Graph that one. Do you have to solve this one? Why? It's already solved. Please identify if your graph looks like mine. And if everybody at the table got it right, then give yourself another point. But everybody at the table has to get it right. Without me, without looking up there, without using the board, you have to have got it right. Good. If everybody at your table got it right, without the board, give your team a point. Uno más, and then exit slip and homework. No. That's why I said uno más, then exit slip. Uno más is one more. I hope that's not a true statement. We're going to make this a positive 1/2, not negative. Alright, positive 1/2 x minus 4. I'm going to pass out your exit slip while you're working on that one. Alright, check and see if your C problem is different than my C problem, or if it's the same. If everybody got it right, give yourself points. On your exit ticket, make sure your name and class period are on there.
I just put my eggs and I'll get smoothie again. Yes.
I'm almost done.
Alright, so now remember, with your exit tickets, if you totally got it right, when you walk out the door, it goes in the green. If you kind of got it, it goes in the yellow. If you were